Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're jumping straight into something that, well, on the surface, looks all light and pleasant, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Fancy restaurants, maybe some nice olives, the possibility of a kiss near the bus stop later.
Right. Just looking for a connection. Simple.
But for anyone actually in it, anyone who's felt that wave of despair or just fury or, collapsed in tears after another bad date, well, brutal barely covers it.
Exactly.
Mm.
That's what we're diving into. Past the small talk, past the smiling waiters.
We're looking underneath all that.
Yeah, exploring the hidden machinery, the sheer existential weight that's often lurking just beneath the surface of ordering appetizers.
hmm Our mission really is to unpack why this whole quest for a partner, which seems like it should just be a casual evening out,
Yeah.
why it so often ends up just wrecking people's mental health, brings them to tears. Even people you'd think are, sophisticated, academic, kind of philosophical about things.
So if you're out there swiping, meeting up, this deep dive is about what's really going on when you're deciding, like, fries or salad on that first date.
Because it's never just about the food, is it? The stakes get incredibly high, incredibly fast.
Okay, let's get into that. The first big reason this feels so brutal. Because it's never just about finding someone interesting to talk to or, a new partner for a while.
No.
It's about something much bigger being decided, isn't it? Subconsciously, maybe? Your whole future.
That's the core of it. That sort of piercing existential cry underneath the small talk. The setting might be innocuous, nice lighting, clinking glasses, maybe the waiter's offering the bouillabaisse.
Mhm.
But what's really happening is this immediate, terrifying referendum on whether or not you're going to die alone.
Wow, okay. Hold on. Isn't that a bit?
Yeah, much.
For a first date?
Yeah.
I mean, surely people are just hoping it goes well enough for a second date. Not jumping straight to dying alone.
Well, the argument is they're linked deeply because the search isn't really just for a companion for tonight.
It's for security.
Exactly. Security. The subconscious mind kind of bypasses the pleasantries and goes straight to the primal fear. Who's going to be there? When your heart gives out or you can't get across the living room by yourself.
Or when you can't even remember your own name.
Precisely. Who reminds you who you are? So the search becomes about finding a home.
That completely reframes it, doesn't it? It's not just, do we have chemistry? It's, will I be utterly abandoned and terrified in my old age? That's a lot of pressure for ordering drinks.
It is. The person across the table stops being just a person. They become this potential refuge,
Yeah.
The final safe harbor from everything, from cosmic indifference.
And failure doesn't just mean no second date.
Failure means you're still out there, exposed,
Yeah.
alone.
Okay, so with that weight hanging over everything, it makes the next part make more sense. This cycle of, like, fragile hope and then just
Yeah.
crushing reality.
Oh, absolutely. It takes this huge leap of faith just to show up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even make the arrangement without clinging to that tiny, maybe totally irrational hope that this person, this one time, might be it.
Even after years of it not working out.
Especially then. You get dressed up, that smart but kind of demure outfit. You head out, banking everything on this minuscule chance.
It's almost like a ritual, isn't it? Preparing yourself.
Reason.
Defying the odds, but then the crash comes so fast.
Often, yeah. The sources describe it vividly. Within minutes, sometimes while they're still taking their coat off, disappointment hits.
And it's specific, right? Not just general blah.
Very specific. It's like your instincts are just scanning, checking against these criteria you didn't even know were so rigid. The photos were generous. Again. Or their mannerisms are just weird. Or their views on something crucial, astrology, money, whatever, it's just maddening. Or maybe, and this is key,
Yeah.
they show zero curiosity about you.
Oh, that's a killer. And then what? You're
Yeah.
stuck.
You're stuck. The next 3 hours, or however long you politely endure it, become this polite hell haunted by the specter of eternal solitude. That's the phrase used.
Polite hell. I like that. You're navigating the breadbasket, talking about work.
While internally, you're mourning the collapse of your entire life plan. Again.
The speed of that pivot is incredible. From maybe this is it to, oh God, definitely not. All before the entrees arrive.
Violent internal shifts, while outwardly you're asking about their siblings.
Which brings us to this impossible bind. You have this urgent, deep need for love, for that home you mentioned.
A fundamental need.
But it slams right into this, like, unpredictable trickle of people who might be suitable
Yeah.
and our own completely non-negotiable, sometimes frankly absurd criteria.
That's the friction, the psychological grinding point. Logically, you know you probably need to be more flexible. The need is urgent.
Right, so why can't we just compromise more?
Because you can't just magically erase deep-seated doubts, can you? Especially about things that feel core, like sexual compatibility or just fundamental values. You can't force the connection.
The way is our fussiness so strong? Stronger than the need for companionship, sometimes.
Because those criteria, however fussy they seem, often feel linked to our fundamental sense of safety. What we believe we need to feel secure with someone. Trying to ignore that feels like self-betrayal.
But sticking to them means more loneliness.
Exactly. It's that impossible conflict. The urgent desire clashing with this very specific, maybe idealized picture of who fits. And that's what breeds the instability, the despair.
And the descriptions of that despair are intense. Someone with a university degree looks composed, philosophical even, ending up curled in the fetal position on the bathroom floor, literally screaming at a god they might not even believe in, out of sheer incandescent sorrow.
That image really captures the internal violence of it, doesn't it? The massive gap between the smooth, controlled person managing a conversation about risotto and the raw, unmet, almost animal need inside. That sophisticated shell just cracks under the pressure.
Okay, but what about when it does seem to click, at least for us, when you actually, like them quite a lot?
Yes. Because that's often when the real problems start, ironically.
Right. Because then they might not feel it.
Precisely. They respond with those gentle letdowns, the soft rejections that are impossible to fight against.
The classics. Really enjoyed meeting you, but...
I'm just in a different place right now. Or still finding my feet after my breakup, or focused on the kid's career, or the really modern one.
What's that?
I'm thinking polyamory might be for me at this stage.
Oof. And you have to just nod. Be understanding.
Feel obliged to be mature, friendly, but inside. It's agony, especially because it happens right when you thought, okay, maybe this one is actually viable.
And that pain, it's not just about this one person turning you down, is it?
Not at all. That's the crucial insight. This rejection, right here, right now, it lands with the accumulated force of every rejection you've ever experienced.
Wow. So it's like historical trauma resurfacing.
Instantly. All those past wounds layered onto this present disappointment.
Makes sense why it hurts so disproportionately sometimes.
Exactly. People always say the cliche, oh, it's not personal.
Yeah, you hear that all the time.
But your unconscious mind, it knows better. It feels intensely personal. It feels like the universe is just confirming its basic verdict on you.
That you're somehow flawed, unworthy.
Fundamentally, yeah. It connects right back unconsciously to maybe feeling rejected by a parent or bullied at school or that partner who left you 5 years ago with no real explanation.
It feels like proof that the universe is either indifferent or actually kind of mean.
Actively vengeful, perhaps, yeah.
So where does that leave us, our sense of self? Because the agony isn't just being the one rejected. You can't really wallow in being the victim for too long.
No, because almost immediately you're called upon to perform your own rejections, your own assassinations, as the source material puts it.
Right. You have to turn around and do it to someone else.
Which adds this whole other layer of moral exhaustion. It's rarely talked about.
How so?
Well, you've just taken this massive emotional hit, right? You feel wounded, maybe worthless, but then your phone pings, and you have to reply sweetly to someone you're not keen on.
Telling them you're really busy right now, or you just see them as a friend.
Exactly. You have to deploy the same gentle weapons that were just used on you because your own non-negotiable criteria kicked in for them.
So you can't even feel like a purely innocent victim in all this?
Not really. It means you can't even think of yourself as being particularly nice while you're going through your own ordeal. You're simultaneously the rejected and the rejecter, the heartbroken and the heartbreaker.
The dual burden, that moral fatigue, having to inflict the pain you just felt, it makes everything feel so much messier.
It does. You're forced into this strategic, almost deceptive communication right when you feel most raw and vulnerable.
Which leads us, I guess, to the final point.
Yeah.
Just the sheer, utter exhaustion of it all. You feel so tired.
Bone tired. Even though, on paper, you haven't done much physical work, maybe just had some drinks.
But the tiredness is real. Where does it come from?
It's cumulative. It's from all of it. The constant uncertainty about your future bumping up against your own unbudgeable fussiness, the perceived wrongness of almost everyone you meet.
Your own mood swings.
Your own mental instability through the process, yeah. The hours just lost to swiping, agonizing, planning, debriefing.
The endless cycle of felling and being felled.
That's a good way to put it. Felling and being felled. It's draining.
So let's just reframe it one last time. This whole endeavor, it wasn't just dinner, was it? It wasn't just a chat.
Absolutely not. It was yet again this profound attempt to find some kind of shelter, a respite from feeling fundamentally alone in the cosmos.
An attempt to build a safe place in a universe that feels pretty indifferent.
And in most cases, it was a failure. Another failed attempt. And that level of emotional and psychological effort, it really deserves understanding. Maybe even some awe.
We've definitely covered a lot of ground. The intense existential pressure cooker of a first date, how past rejections pile up on the present moment, that weird moral exhaustion of having to reject others.
It's an emotional battlefield, truly.
And it leaves you with that almost cynical question from the sources, doesn't it?
Yeah. Why is this so punishingly hard? Who did we possibly kill in a previous life to deserve this particular kind of ongoing psychological trial?
It feels like that sometimes.
The dark joke is that, psychologically speaking, maybe we're all just a couple of bad dates away from needing serious help, just hoping against hope for a lucky break.
Waiting for the gods on Mount Olympus to finally stop laughing at us.
Something like that, yeah.
That is, wow, a powerful, maybe slightly terrifying thought to leave things on.
Mm-hmm.
So here's something for you to think about. If the real, perhaps hidden goal of all this dating effort is just to find a temporary break, a fragile shelter from knowing we're ultimately alone, what does success even look like in this brutal game? What could a realistic win be?
Something to mull over.
Definitely. Until our next deep dive,